Hello. Okay, so my original plan was to podfic yesterday. I'm very sad to say I have not gotten the responses back from a few people I asked. So I just asked katydid like three more fics. Can you tell I'm impatient? And yeah, I've been having troubles finding fics that I've been doing because I've decided to be a little bit more picky about fics. One of my things is they have to be complete when I find them. And if they're like multiple series attached to each other, I either have to do the whole series or if it's like a series, like either have to do the whole series. So if the series ain't finished, I can't do it. This is a lovely set of restrictions. I'm also trying to find ones that aren't ship related. So, I'm like hunting for those that specifically don't give a shit about ships, mainly. One of these ones does have a ship, but it's not this one. Anyway, this is Bothering Your Brother by katydid, and it's a one shot. It's also the shortest of the bunch. Anyway, let me get to it. Azuku raised his fists and readied for battle. Gentle Criminal and Labrov would be tough opponents. However, he would stop them from disrupting the cultural festival no matter what, for the sake of Aries' smile. Instead of attacking him, Labrov leapt forward, throwing her arms around his neck, and squealed, "It's great to finally meet my darling's little brother." Azuka was so surprised he froze up. As a hero, he could hardly attack someone who wasn't trying to fight back. His arms went up to return the hug by habit. He looked at Gentle Criminal, who was scowling and fuming. Finally, Izuku asked, "Aren't you too old to be my brother?" Crossing his arms, Gentle Criminal growled, "I'm only 32. That's not an impossible age gap, even if our father wasn't an unusual case. My hair is naturally white like Dad. I drew eye bags under my eyes to match my dear assistant. I'm not old." Even more confused, Asuku asked, "Isn't 32 already ancient?" "No wonder older brothers want to vault the younger ones." "It's on now, you cocky teenager." Gentle Criminal lunged. "Today I'll finally prove I'm better than you at rebelling against our dad." Azuku sidestepped. Gentle Criminal nearly fell over, but caught himself. He came up swinging, but realized he couldn't punch Izuku without hitting Labrov, who was still hanging around his neck. Screeching to a halt, with fist raised, he glared. Izuku said, "I don't know what kind of misunderstanding this is, or if we're actually related. Though this weirdo's hair and tendencies towards dramatics was starting to jog his memory of long vanished father. But I didn't become a hero to rebel against anyone. It's been my dream ever since I was a small child. It has nothing to do with my father." "Easy for you to say," Gentle Criminal shouted. "You're the child who our father loved and stuck around to raise. He dated my mother only because she was a descendant of the perilous thief, then left her as soon as she got pregnant. He wouldn't even pay off my high school debt because he said it would teach me a lesson about helping people." "I'm increasingly convinced that you have the wrong person." Zuko finally disentangled Labrov from his neck and sat her down. "My father is a deadbeat, too. He ran off to America to get the milk when I was still in elementary school. I haven't seen his face in years." Gentle Criminal's jaw dropped. "All for One abandoned you too? Jeez." He really is the worst dad. We should beat him up next, Lebrov said cheerfully. It will be a family bonding activity. I believe my darling can do anything. All for one, Izuku shrieked. No way, not my father. You didn't know? I'm sorry. Gentle Criminal did look sincerely sorry to deliver such bad news. You don't need to apologize, because he's not my father. You look just like him. I don't look like a potato! Before he lost his face, of course. You have the same mannerisms. You get the same look in your eye and on your face when you see a cool quirk. And I saw you use multiple quirks. That's Azuka stopped talking before he gave away the secret of One for All. Unfortunately, memory had come back to him. Flashes of his father's tall figure in childhood with curly white hair, the voice he'd heard over the telephone since the transfer to America, the voice that sounded suspiciously like the mysterious villain at Camino. At this point, Azuku went into frantic denial. Whoa, it's absolutely awful that you got All for One as a father. You should speak to a psychiatrist about it. Even your daddy issues must have daddy issues. But this has nothing to do with me. My father is an ordinary businessman working abroad. You know what? There's free psychiatrist services in jail. I could take you there. Gentle Criminal didn't seem to be listening. I suppose there's no point in competing with you when our dad ditched both of us. Azuku eagerly jumped on the excuse. Yes, please leave. You see, there's a little girl named Eri who is like a sister to me, and I want to make her smile at the culture festival because Lebrov leapt up in the air and shouted, "Let's compete for the title of who could be the best older sibling to this Eri instead." Excellent idea, Gentle Criminal said. This is why I want to vault you, my darling. Lebrov giggled. You express your love in such odd ways. I'm into it. Gentle Criminal pointed at Izuku. I'm going to take your place as Eri's favorite brother. Then he shot off. Izuku chased after, screaming, Get back here! I told you that I won't let you disrupt the festival! When Izuku finally caught up with the two villains, he feared the worst. The festival disrupted or even shut down. Instead, Gentle Criminal and Lebrov sat on a bench next to Eri, offering her adorable old-fashioned clothing and a real sword? I've always wanted a sword! Eri giggled as she tested the weight. But Izuku is still my favorite because he beat Overall into the ground. I could do that too, Gentle Criminal insisted, leaping up. Come, Lebrov, let's go find a Yakuza and make him suffer even more. Izuku considered calling someone to arrest Gentle Criminal and Lebrov. He weighed the risk of interacting with them again and learning more than he wanted to know about his father. He decided that he couldn't possibly interrupt Eri while she was smiling. A mock-a time! All for one, I can't believe my idiot oldest son became an influencer instead of getting a real job. At least I have Tomura. Tomura, I want to be a NEET. All for one, at least I still have Izuku. Izuku, I'm the ninth successor of One for All. Shoto, your father is terrible and your brother is a villain who broadcasts your family fights on social media? Whoa, we have a lot in common. My big brother is better at villainy though. Izuku, Dabi is not better than Gentle Criminal. He's just mooching off his team. Oh, Is this how sibling instinct feels like? Shoto, yep, it compels you to defend them against everyone else, even when you hate them. I guess you two must be related after all. Azuku, I need to tell Gentle Criminal the good news. His father is actually a businessman, not all for one. Shoto, and there's the denial that often follows. Azuku, isn't 32 already ancient? Izawa, excuse me? I'm expelling you. Yoshi, my oldest nephew is too villainous. All for one, he's not evil enough. Gentle Criminal, I don't care what either of you think, because I only admire the perilous thief. Dad's just mad that I publicly beaten up more heroes than him. Perilous thief. I'm mad because All for One's son is better successor for me than Mr. Compress. At least he has coherent goals. Yoshi. I know. Not Yoshi. Yoshi. I know how to do. Yeah, okay. Well, at least these are the Yomake, so I don't mind having some errors. Yoshi. I know how difficult it can be to be a villain older brother. To have a villain older brother. Azugu, I don't have an older brother. Ochi, that's the spirit! Gentle Criminal, since Izuku got himself unofficially adopted by All Might, I'm going to find an even better hero to be my new dad. Gang Orca, who are you? Gentle Criminal, he loves me already. I love crack fics. Also, last time I actually read the tags and stuff. This time I forgot. Do you guys want me to try reading the tags in the summary? This is a crack fic though. Like before, like do you guys want me to read that? Like before or not? I don't know. Tell me in the comments so I can know and probably start doing that. Yeah, this was the shortest of 3, so I thought I'd just do it and then get back to cover art. Anyway, bye! You should speak to a psychiatry. Fuck.